Gee.
How about some more beans, Mr. Taggart?
I'd say you've had enough.
Well, good afternoon everyone, and it is a very good afternoon. Look at it, it's beautiful. I'm just heading into the South Lakes, the Lake District in the Cumbria, the UK. And they're carrying on a little bit from my last vlog where I was talking about things I've got coming up recently. And somebody commented on the video saying that they'd be interested to see, you know, what kind of equipment to take and things like that. And it sort of hit me, well, why don't I just go and do a one night out somewhere? Just load up the Tiger Explorer, the camping gear that I've bought quite recently. Well, recently I bought it in the winter sales in January, to be fair. I've had it 6 months. But I thought, well, let's use it, let's take it out, give it a test run, and we can do a longer week or two away later after I come back from sailing in Greece in July. So to this end, I am heading into the Lake District, where you are, I understand it, allowed to free camp so long as you do it somewhere high up and you don't stay more than a night and you don't leave any trace, you don't leave a fire, things like that. So I'm just going to head into the national park proper. I've got ideas of where best to go. I'm thinking more towards the north of the national park, up towards Windlatter. Up that way it's a bit more remote. But I thought, well, rather than bore you all senseless with the motorway up to Keswick junction, which is quite a long way away, and I've spared you the tedious motorway journey from my house to this far, I thought, you never know, whilst riding through the national park, as pretty as it is, I might see an area of opportunity, I might see a fire road that's worthy of travelling up, and see I might find somewhere suitable to stay. So I'm going to just have a bit of a nice slow trundle through the national park, probably following the normal tourist route up towards Keswick, which I have, well, it's one of my favourite little rides actually. Probably not this time of year, there'll be quite a lot of traffic on it, but I've actually done a music video where I rode the same route on my Aprilia Tuono, so I might link that in the bottom just for those that have not seen it. It's a lovely route, like I say, once you pass the main tourist centres like Ambleside and Bowness, then it generally opens up and it's just nice empty roads and lovely scenery, so we'll see. So I shall be keeping my eyes open, especially when I'm going through the high passes, for a fire road leading off that isn't signposted, just to see where that takes me. I'm not going to go far off the road, just enough to get myself out of view and find myself somewhere reasonably flat and sheltered to pitch up for the night. And it's quite exciting not knowing where you're going to sleep tonight. You never know, I might end up back in my own bed after I completely fail to find anywhere. At least I have that option. Now then, I've gone through Ambleside and it's its usual absolutely rammed self, and the road, it looks like the road leading up to Keswick's just as rammed with tourist traffic and large tourist buses and such. Have turned off towards Hawkshead, and the road here looks a little bit quieter, and hopefully we start heading up into the hills a bit and maybe find something that looks of interest. It's still quite early in the day, but I've no idea where I'm going to pitch up for the night. And if anyone has ever played the computer game Minecraft, yes, that's right, Veefour's a gamer as well. If any of you have played Minecraft in survival mode, where it spawns you into the world at the beginning of the day, and you have until night falls to have found your first bit of shelter, made your first bit of fire and protection before all the skeletons and the goblins and the ghouls come out. Kind of feel like that now. I've got plenty of daylight, but it might prove harder than I'm anticipating to find somewhere to pitch up for the night. So we'll see. God, it's nice round here. Look at this. England at its finest. Not even bothered about riding fast. Just want to take it in. It's beautiful. A sunny summer's day in the Lake District. Well, past Keswick now, and heading up towards Whinlatter Pass. It's been a couple of years since I've been this way, and the last time I did this it was on a push bike. So yeah, I bring back quite bad memories of the 2014 edition of the Fred Whitten Challenge that I did when I was a bit fitter than I am now. Hopefully it's quite a forested area this, so there should be fire roads leading off. Fingers crossed. Well, I found a bit of a what looks to be a well-used Forestry Commission road, doing the tree harvesting around Whinlatter. Now I'm thinking it's a Saturday evening, no one's going to be working up here, so I don't want to go too far up. We'll just take Richard Parker up a little bit to see if we can find somewhere that looks suitable, where I could just drop a tent at the side of the trail. Check out this couple here. They just come out for the day to park on a Forestry Commission road with their deck chairs and their flask of coffees. Oh yes, let's try this one. Danger of forestry work. Well, there's no keep out signs on that, so let's get it in a gear that can pull a bit. Now this is alright. In fact, I might even have a bit of standing up action. Now this is looking a bit more promising. There's something at the side of the road that doesn't have any... There we go. No access beyond this point. Or that point. Nothing said about that corner there though. I think we might have found our spot. Now then, what about this little spot here, Dave? I think we could have found it. I think we may have found our spot. Just here. Just here. And set the tent up that way so my feet are facing downhill the way. Or I could just go just the other side there. I'm kind of thinking this might be it, Dave. Well, we'll just chill out here for a bit and see if anyone comes past. But I think we might be golden. I think we're on it. Tent here. It's on a bit of a slope, but yeah, we'll be right. I think we're on to something here. It's a nice little area, nice and sheltered. Ooh, bloody hell. That wasn't a bumblebee, that was a dive bomber. Excellent, right, so I'm going to chill out here for a bit. I'll put a brew on and then we'll give it an hour while I chill out, and we'll see if any Forestry Commission goons come round and tell us we can't stop here, and then we'll have a do it pitching up. Real do. So I've been here about 40 minutes now. long enough to make myself a cup of tea and just chill out for a bit. Not seen anyone come this way. These are not public roads, so no members of the public, unless they're walking, and like to come this way. But this part I'm here now is accessible, but from there upwards and there upwards, it's no access. So I'm anticipating that no one's going to be coming. It's Saturday evening, it's about 4 o'clock or something like that. No one's going to be working up here today because they'll be on stupid overtime weekend rate. So I'm pretty certain that the Forestry Commission have jacked up for the weekend, so I'm going to be safe to sort of pitch up here. I think I'm going to go for it. If anyone comes and tells me to move, I'm just not going to do. I'm not breaking any laws by stopping here. At the end of the day, if a bloody tramp or a wayfarer can stop and park their arse where they want, and travellers and gypsies and such like, I'm going to be alright for one night here anyway. So anyway, somebody in their comments on my last video asked me what kind of things will I take when I go camping. Now, I haven't been camping, as I said earlier, since I was a wee boy, and even then I don't think I've... No, actually, no, the last time I slept outdoors was probably when I was in the army back in the early 90s. That was a lifetime ago, so I think my woodsman skills are going to be somewhat out of date. So what I've done, I have brought with me what I think I would need for my sort of comfort, based on the kind of things you'd need. So in no particular order, I will unpack my panniers and show you what I have. A 2-season sleeping bag and a self-inflating sleeping mat. A MSR Dragonfly fuel stove, which I'm running on unleaded fuel at the minute because I have a tank full of it, so that's easy enough. Aluminium mess tins, tin cup, match lighter, a cool bag containing perishable foodstuff such as a bit of fruit and vegetables, tin goods, dehydrated goods, a Vango Omega 250 tent with head torch, a small wash kit, a self-inflating head pillow and head mosquito net cover thingamajig, bottled water, and most importantly, other than maybe a tent and food and cooking equipment and washing kit and sleeping equipment, a little fold-out stool. Absolute lifesaver, because no one likes sitting on the floor, especially when you're 45 years old. It's a winner. Now all this stuff here is, I know it's just only for one night, but I could stay out indefinitely really, because all I need is a bit more food, and in me tank bag I actually have a couple of sets of underpants and socks. So you know, so as long as you keep yourself clean and change your grundies and your socks fairly regularly, you can stay out quite for a long time. I've also got a spare t-shirt in there as well, just so I don't, you know, I've got a bit of something to change into tomorrow. But other than that, you can see that the Tiger Explorer is only dressed in the side panniers. With all this, I had plenty of room, didn't even need the top box. So I thought, rather than just adding weight to the bike and drag and shit, I thought I'd just leave that off. If I was going out for longer, or especially if I was going for 2 people or 2s up, I could probably get everything in 2 panniers and the top box without having to have any sort of strapped on luggage anywhere, because the top box is quite luxuriously big, and I don't know, maybe a couple of things could be strapped to the top of the panniers of the top box. But yeah, it all fits nicely on Richard Parker here. So yeah, we are fully ready to stay the night. I think I will. I'm going to bloody stay here. Sod it, I am. What do you say, Richard? Totally agree. Well, got all set up now. This is me for the night. Tent was a bit hard to get up because basically it's about an inch worth of turf over the top of this fire road material. Just shows you how fast nature can spring back, doesn't it? But it's a bugger to get pegs in. As you can see, I've got pegs only in an inch or so, but it's sheltered here, so I shouldn't be blowing around in the night. I've not put a tent up in, crikey, 20 years more, and the instructions on them are absolutely indecipherable. They assume a certain amount of prior knowledge to putting up tents, and you've got to work for the assumption that I don't have any at the minute, so it was a bit of a bugger, but it's gone up. I just basically trashed the instructions and just put it up the logical way. So yeah, I'm just about to go and get some food on now, get myself nice and settled. Still got about an hour or so's worth of daylight left, but I imagine it'll be a bit of an early night for Veefour, because once the sun goes down there's not really right what else for me to do, so that'll be me. And both myself and Richard Parker here will be sleeping al fresco tonight. Is that the right word, al fresco? It is now. Hey, so I've got the this MSR Dragonfly up and running now. I used it earlier just to sort of boil myself some water to make a cup of tea in my enamel mug. A couple more tea bags there for later in the morning. And I'm just warming myself up a couple of tins of beans and sort of cooked meat. Not very clean eating, I know, but for an aperitif or a starter, I shall be having aperitif. That's a drink, you great tit. No, sorry, for a entree, I shall be having some sugar snap peas, which are nice and cool because they've been in my cool bag, along with my dessert, which is a punnet of grapes. And talking of aperitifs, I found in my fridge just as I was leaving the house a can of cider. Real do. It's all coming together. There we go. The camp is on. I've got a drink of just only got the one, unfortunately, but I've got a drinky poo, something green, something brown, something for dessert, which I'll put back in the cool bag just to keep nice and cool. And yeah, it's all ticking along merrily. Very nice indeed. Yeah, it's a nice evening. Sun's still up. Still got an hour or so on that before that goes over the horizon, so it's all good. I'm enjoying this. We'll see how we feel when it goes dark. It's absolutely pitch black and there's like beasties lurking through these woods here, and yeah, then we'll see. But we shall save that till then. And right now I'm going to enjoy my my pint of cider and my sugar snap peas while I wait for my brown and beans to cook. Outdoors. Hashtag outdoors. Oh well. I am fed. I'm fed well. I am packed away for the evening. And that's about it. I've just realised I've actually got nothing else to do. I've not brought a book to read. I've got limited life on my phone because for some reason the charging cable I brought for my iPhone isn't, I think it's my non-official one, which for some reason won't charge it off a non sort of mains power supply. It seems to charge it alright at home, but off the 12 volts it just doesn't seem to do it. So I can't charge my phone up, so therefore I can't use it to play games or read a book I've got on Kindle. So I'm pretty much, this is it. What do you do? What do you do when you go camping and you've eaten your evening meal and you've cleaned up and you've washed up and you've put everything away and it's about another hour until it goes dark? What do you do? Well, I'm not inclined to go for a walk anywhere. I don't really want to leave all my stuff. So I don't know. I guess it's an early night. If I go to bed now, I'll be up at like 3 in the morning. But I guess I'll be up when it's sunrise, and I shall be up and out and packed up with the lark. Anyway, so I'm going to go nighty-nighty at this point, and just chill out, listen to the evening chorus of the birds. It really is quite tranquil, and we'll see what tomorrow brings. Night. Well, good morning here from Camp Veefour. It's about 4:30 in the morning. I've slept about all I'm gone to sleep. But this is what happens when you go to bed at 8 o'clock at night. You're up at 4 o'clock in the morning. But it's not too bad because in the UK it comes light. And I'm not even like joking here, if anyone who isn't familiar with the place, it gets light. It starts getting light in the middle of summer about 2:30 in the morning. It doesn't go dark until 2:30 midnight. It's within those times of 2 hours of darkness, it is pitch black here. I could not see the hand in front of my face. Yeah, but I've had a reasonable night's sleep. But I'll tell you something. This is not a pillow by anyone's stretch of the imagination. Lesson for next time: bring more pillow. But yeah, I've not slept too badly. Better than I thought actually. But I've got the morning midges at the minute, hence why I am having to wear my mosquito hood. They're just the night midges are still out. I just felt them sort of nibbling at me a bit ago, so I'm just making myself a cup of tea here. It should be actually nice and brewed now. This will be the first part of my break fast. I shall have that, and then I shall probably break camp. Once I've broke camp, I'll have my breakfast and consider where I'm going to go for the rest of the day. I've got all day to do it. I'm very, very tempted to go and take up some of this road, even though it says like, you know, no authorised personnel. Quite fancy just going and having a quick look up there, see what's up, what's going on. Wild camping. Interesting. Right, to breakfast. Well, I've broke camp, I've had my breakfast and packed up. And I'm just going to go and have. It's now it's 10 to 6 in the morning. While it's still early, I'm going to go and have a little run up here. Escape the bloody midges. Man, they were coming in thick and fast. So I was going to have a little look, see what's up here. Just for future reference, you know. Some very, very broken trail. Yeah. I'm not that bothered about going up that actually, it looks like it narrows, and what I don't want to do is get RP here stuck. He's very heavy to turn around on such roads. So I'll have a look up the other one, see if it fares any better. If I had a bit more confidence in my off-road skills, I would have gone up a little bit further. But it's good to know there's this little corner here, just for future reference, if I'm ever in this way again. A little spot for the night. Skittering all over the place. A little bit of a stand up. This is a bit better going. Now come on Dave, mountain bike tactics here. Knees bent, elbows bent. Let the bike move underneath you and move your body to correct. Must be something similar for adventure bikes. This is a bit better. See now I could have come up here, there's loads of spaces up here. This is definitely worth thinking about for the future. Tons of spaces to go. Knees bent, we are. See, adventure bikes is what it's all about. It's why I didn't get the spoke wheels, because this is about as much as I'd ever do on it, something like this. This is quite enough for such a heavy bike. I do quite fancy a go of off-roading though, but other than doing a sort of like a couple of days course, there's plenty of them on offer, like around Wales and things, but I just don't want another bike in my garage. And plus there's nowhere around where I live within about 30 or 40 miles that I can ride on a green lane. It's not very good at all around the northwest of England for green laning. So it just carries on, keeps going. I'll find somewhere that I can turn around. It's just good to know that I can come this far up. And in this sort of direction, yeah, it's looking a bit sketchy now. But in this sort of direction, I'm heading towards the bike trails of Winlatter, which I know the Forestry Commission will beat all over that, so we won't go any further. So yeah, so at least there's somewhere up here we can go next time. Steady, steady. Oh, this is a bit of fun. Early morning fun. One day, don't get cross-rutted. I do it on my mountain bike all the time and I crash because I'm rubbish. There you go, Richard Parker. Don't say I never treat you, because this is the kind of thing that you were made for. You are an adventure bike after all. You do really well, actually. You're just aware that there's all this weight in him. Probably doesn't help that I've got panniers on. Oh, I can still reach the back brake stood up. Yeah, this is fun. Yay! Second gear wants to go a bit too fast, and in first gear is a bit too snatchy. These triple engines, they're probably not the best engines for off-roading. I imagine they're a little bit too powerful, really, I suppose, too quick to spin up. It's I would imagine that the best thing for off-roading would be you know, a big single where you've got like tractor-like pulling rather than sports bike-like pulling like this has. You know, all the power's in the low down, or maybe a twin. I don't think a revvy triple like this is the best thing for it, because sometimes you just think it wants to spin up. Hence why it has traction control. Oh well. Well, that was a little sojourn. We're just coming back to the main road now. Yeah, quite out of the way this. It was a good little spot by me, this one. This was exactly the kind of thing I was looking for. And I know from mountain biking around these parts that these fire roads, there's miles of them up on the hills. I'm not entirely certain what the legality of taking a motor vehicle such as this one up is. Probably not allowed to, but it's Sunday morning, who's going to mither me? Wouldn't it be funny if that couple were still there drinking from their flask and sitting in their deck chairs? Now these weren't here today, someone's been here. I heard some music overnight, so there's probably someone having a bit of a party on the car park. Anyway, right, which way back? I know what I'll do. I'll head towards Cockermouth and come back along the sea coast. And that's right, there is a place in the UK called Cockermouth, everyone who's from not the UK. Cockermouth. Who the hell thought of that? Anyway. So what have I learned from my one little test wild camp? I think I didn't bring anything I didn't need. So I certainly wasn't overpacked. I used everything I brought. One thing I could have done better was something to rest my head on. Now imagine if you go in wild camping for like a week, you'll have a bag full of clothes and or laundry, which would double up quite nicely as a pillow. So that's something that would work. And what else? We'll do something else I was thinking that I would like to have. What was it? I'll come back to that. What was it? Oh yeah, some insect repellent, definitely, and some kind of ability to wash the cooking utensils. That because otherwise your mess tins and your spoon and fork and such, you're getting really grotty for the next time you use them. So there's something to think about for next time. Oh, and instead of something extra to wear, instead of bike gear and bike boots in the evening when you get here, something like pairs of shorts and pairs of flip-flops or sandals or something just to put on in the evening so you're not sat around in bike gear. Now I've taken all the lining out of me Andy's Tortec, but it's still quite warm kit. But I put it on just in case it rains, even though it's not forecast to, and it's a little less bulky than leather. And one more thing I would definitely bring for next time is some kind of entertainment for the evening, a book or some such like that, and definitely a proper Apple charging cable so I can charge him up on Richard Parker, because without entertainment it was quite dull, which is why I had to go to bed at 8 o'clock and sort of fitfully sleep until 4 o'clock in the morning. But oh well, first time, it's only a little test run, so we'll know better for next time. But it was kind of nice hearing the absolute very, very first bird of the dawn chorus. I heard one, it was absolutely deathly quiet. Then right out of nowhere, one single chirping started, and within 5 minutes everyone was at it. I heard one solitary cuckoo go cuckoo, and then he must have decided he wanted to go back to bed, so he didn't hear from him for another hour. But yeah, hearing the dawn chorus fire up, it's quite a pleasant thing. It's nice just to get away and totally disconnect from everything. Nice to not be on, people being able to connect me on my phone because there's no phone service. Nice not to be able to do anything other than just think. Listen to the sounds of nature. Very good indeed. Anyway, so that was just a little brief one-night test of my camping kit and my wild camping setup on my bike here. Ooh, rabbits! Oh, they'd make a nice breakfast. Ah, rabbit. Conejo. More conejo. But anyway, I'm going to go and have a couple of hours ride around the rest of the Lake District National Park now. See? Cockermouth. I kid you not. And while I go and enjoy the rest of my ride, I'll leave you lot, and I will see you in the next episode, which might be a while yet, because in a couple of weeks I'm going on holiday sailing around the Ionian with my brother. That'll be ace. I've got a track day on the 6th of July at Alton Park in Cheshire, and it's my official debut at Alton Park, all being well, and it's a very challenging track, so that'll be could be worth watching. That it will be the last of my novice track days. From now on, after that one, I will be intermediate. But anyway, from this very fine Cumbrian morning, I would just respectfully ask that all my biking buddies out there just try and keep it shiny side up this summer. Stay on board your bikes, everyone, and be careful, ride safe, and I will see you in the next episode. Adios!